That would be wrong. They are known. The Fulani terrorists operating in Nigeria, kidnapping people, they are established in this forest. They have wives, they have children, like that young man just said. And it's like they are working shifts. The way he said it now is like they are working shifts. Those that will kidnap you from the main road, those are just like to distract and all of that stuff and take you. So when they manage to take some of you, then they will march into the bush. You will be walking through towns. Some of these small communities, small villages that you'll probably be seeing. They will see that they are marching people, 20 people, 30 people with gun like that. And you will see people and you just be wondering like, oh my God, how was that convenient? Like, we are not animals. This is not somebody marching a cow or leading his cows. No, we are humans. And how come these people are like indifferent? Only few people will probably be observant enough. Then from that information, it means that those who kidnap people on the road, they are different from those who are going to continue to march them into the deeper jungle. And I have seen witnesses, survivors, who are giving accounts that in their camps where they tie people down like animals, they will tie your hand, tie your legs, and they will, it's, you know how they tie animals, right? When they will put a peg down, you know that peg, they will put this peg down, and then they will tie your hand, tie your legs, and they will, and then tie you to, sorry about that, and then tie you to that peg. Rain, no, sun, no, winter, or anything, or you are there until your people bring ransom. Then you are going to be seeing their children, their wives, whose heart pretty much is not far from where they tie you. Sometimes they will look at you and see you and come around. If they say they should give you food, they will. If they say they shouldn't give you food, they won't. Like these guys will be, they will have this their forest here, or let me say they will have their base in this forest here, unchallenged, unchecked, and they can travel as far as 40, 50 kilometers away, 60 kilometers away to go and kidnap people, and they will march you through that forest, hand you to another group, and then hand you to another one. Or sometimes they themselves will handle you by leading you straight, walking from Kogi to Kwara, and then back, something like that. Or better still, take you to their camp where they will tie you down like animal. That is where they will be beating people. That's where they are killing people. They killed this man in front of his wife, this Reverend Father, right? They killed him 2 days ago, right? They took him and took his wife, and they were demanding for 50 million naira for them. The church couldn't pay the money. Yeah? And the next thing, they shot and killed him in front of his wife. His wife, she's a widow right now. Listen to this. So this is something that should actually get you to understand the deepness of this wound that kills people in this most barbaric way. They kidnapped the man and his wife since the 28th of October, last month. Then just this past week, they uploaded their pictures on social media. They took their pictures and sent their pictures with their phones to their family members and said they will kill them. They will kill the man first, and then they will kill the wife later if they don't pay that money. And I heard that they have been offered 10 million naira or 20 million naira, that still they were not satisfied. So they killed him. They shot and killed him in front of his wife. So his wife is now a widow, mourning, right? And our own faith is undecided. So imagine somebody being, I don't know what you are facing, because I am facing my own right now. And I can tell you, it feels like I'm drowning too. But yeah. But for somebody who was traveling with her husband for an event, and they got kidnapped, and their world turned upside down just like that. And they have been living in the terrorist camp for over a month. And in that same place where they know that they could get killed anytime, like what kind of fate will befall somebody in that manner that can be compared to any form of situation that you might possibly be going through right now yourself? And then the next thing, from that moment, you turn to a widow and your whole life is hanging in the balance. And right now, there are so many other kidnappings and killings all over the place that you are not even a priority. The church won't pay ransom. Yeah, Catholic Church won't pay. They will never pay you ransom. And they said it is the church policy or so they will never pay. So if you are a reverend father or you are a bishop, this or that, you should just take your security and your protection very, very serious. Because if anything should happen and you end up in the hand of this terrorist, the church won't pay ransom. So you just have to, you would have to rely on the government, saving you, or God saving you. Either way. So that is why they have slaughtered and killed so many of these, church leaders, reverend fathers. They are killing them like Baba, man, in Benue, in Plateau, in all these axis of north central of Nigeria. And when you say there is no Christian genocide in northern Nigeria, in the MiddleBelt part of Nigeria, that is what this Kukah has now been quoted to have said, right? Kukah said, you can kill 10 million people. That is not genocide. Because according to him, it is the intent that matter, the motive. The killings in Nigeria today, and in the MiddleBelt part of Nigeria today, it is not religiously motivated. Even if millions are killed, or millions of Christians are killed, you can't see it that way. And it is so strange. It was the same Kukah, among others, when Boko Haram was your president, right? That championed and even gave testimonies locally and internationally over the genocide going on in southern Kaduna, Benue, and the plateau, Taraba, and all these places. But he changed that. I don't understand. This was recent when Boko Haram was your president. This was like about 3-4 years ago. It's not like 40 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And his own testimonies as a witness, right? A witness account, they are all documented all over the place. So now, even if 10 million people are killed, that does not amount to genocide. That's what Kukah said. And right now, it is believed that it might be history repeating itself again. There was this bishop too, right? Bishop, let me see if I can have a story just to quickly take out that statement of Kukah, okay? So they said during the Holocaust, a Catholic priest and a politician, President Joseph Tiso signed the deportation order that sent 70,000 Slovak Jews to their death. The church watched. Bishops kept their robes clean. They taxed the victims and never excommunicated the killer in the collar. So now in Nigeria, the blood cries again, Bishop Matthew Kukah, another person of interest in the history that our own children should end up coming to learn. How sad. They said history doesn't just repeat, it does indict. Yeah, Kukah was quoted to have said that, there is no Christian genocide in Nigeria. These people are saying that and all that, okay? So, and a lot of people believe that he's doing that on purpose, by the way. And if whatever it is he wants is not granted at the end of the day, it could end up changing his statement again. Men of no shame, so to say. you know. But now let's leave Kukah, others. In the middle belt part of Nigeria right now, I don't know if you are a middle beltan or you like to be called a North Central. I mean, not Centrans. Is that his name? Anyway, so it has been discussed that they should put together a joint security. How did they pronounce it? Oh? Don't mind me, but you get what I mean, right? They are saying that Northern Nigeria, the 19 states, which includes the North Central people, right? That they should all come together and put a uniformed security architecture in place, as they are talking about state police now. Sure, you get. So they want to make it like, instead of everybody, may everybody go do their own thing according to their own, so they want to make you believe that you are all one Northern Nigeria now. So let committee be set up to now put together the security system that they're going to use in combating terrorism in the north and provide local security. So the Middle Beltan leaders have rejected that. Because according to them, they said if the National Assembly of Nigeria should provide the legal backing for the state police, the creation of state police, that should be the first time that genuinely by law, the people can put together indigenous security team. In Enugu, you are, when they have state police, every of them in state police in Enugu will be Igbos. Every of them who is state police from Ogun State will be Yorubas. Those who are, like that. So indigenously, the middle belters can at this time decide the technique of how they want to protect themselves. Now, this conversation is ongoing right now, and I bet this won't be the first time you are seeing this map on your screen. When they tell you that Northern Nigeria is the biggest part of Nigeria, it is because for political conveniency, here you get, when it is politically convenient, right? They will tell you that, you see this white patch in the middle called Middle Belt. You see the stretch? They are the biggest part of Nigeria. You see this place, That's the biggest part of Nigeria. But when you paint this entire, when you like lighten the color up, where you have the Sharia North that share borders with Chad, Niger, and all these places, okay, right? So the Middle Beltans have been so cheated for so long that when Bukwari came, it can't be like that Bukwari can't open everybody's eyes to remember that one Nigeria was a lie. So they've done so much to economically, right, control them, politically control them, and for so many other things that some of them have started paying attention to, that those who are backing the terrorists killing them at the height of the massacre that took place in Benue and Plateau, Taraba, and a few other places in that middle belt part of Nigeria, right? So they realized that most of the sheikhs, the sheikhs, the afars, the imams, all from this northern part of Nigeria, speaking in defense of the terrorists, calling them infidels. And they were supposed to be one northern Nigeria, whether in a middle belt or whether in a north, it was politically arranged to make them feel like they are part of northern Nigeria. They speak Hausa, they speak their languages too, but majority of them also speaks Hausa because they told them that one language. But when this killing started, they didn't get the support they were supposed to get. When they are fighting to push back the terrorists, they realize that they are sheikhs and all of them, they are pushing back by making it Islam versus Christianity versus Islam. So in that process, they're like, but we're supposed to be the same northern Nigeria. They are killing us. Look at all these killings. They are all documented. So we're supposed to think together and crush it. Why are these terrorists having backing? Why are you pressuring the government to negotiate with them? Why? Here you get. But it became obvious when they started killing their first-class soldiers. Adara of Adara Kingdom in Benue State was also, in Kaduna State was killed by El Rufaya's government. There are many, many other traditional rulers who have become victims. And in most cases, right, they realize that the Sharia North continue to push and back the terrorists by picking the language of the victims. Here you get, oh, the Fulani terrorists are killing us. Then the Sharia not will say, oh, it's because of your hatred for Fulani. That's why you are saying, are you not also killing the Fulanis? Are you not stealing their cows? And you are like, hey, this is our land. How can you say we are stealing from you when you come to our land to encroach and attack us? How can you accuse us of that? We didn't come to you. So the MiddleBeltans realize that they are like, I know they see have some of these their older, the older generation politicians from the MiddleBelt who are feeding fat, using their own, regional card or tribal card or ethnic card that they are using as MiddleBeltan leaders in still being on the side of Nigeria. But there are so many younger generation of the MiddleBeltans today who have realized that they have nothing in common with the Sharia North. The Sharia North, the Islamists, they want a Sharia. They want a place where you get. And the MiddleBeltans are like, no, we don't want that. So this is going to be the clash of cultures. So how about if we want to plan for our safety, our security? Let Sharia not plan according to their own plan. Let the MiddleBelt plan according to their own plan. I don't know if this is going to work at the end of the day. I've dropped on that. And that is why I decided to add it to this conversation this evening. So a quick one, right? If you have come this far, right, please, if you haven't liked the broadcast at this point or subscribed to my channel on YouTube, please go on now and do that. We can count that, right? So right now we are like nearly 1,800 on YouTube, over 200 earlier on Facebook. Would you mind if your likes actually reflects that, right? It takes just a minute. If you can do that, okay? And thank you. If you have, right? In the same northern Nigeria, just before we go on, right? The man who is now the arrowhead, I posted something on Maiyegun's Diary Political Facebook, I think yesterday. And this is also a public information, okay? So the first Grand Cadi of northern Nigeria, the Sharia North, was Abubakar Gumi. Abubakar Gumi happened to be the father of the current Osama bin Gumi. Now, back then, whatever it is there's something to say about, like they said, the more things changes, the more they remain the same. Like for those who lived in the 50s, in the 60s and the 70s, I would say up to the 80s, they possibly have a good memory of who Osama bin Gumi's father was. They call him Ayatollah. Ayatollah of Nigeria. Oh, hang on. Is it Nigeria or Africa? Yeah. It's called Ayatollah, the exit of Ayatollah Gumi. There was a publication. But this is a man that was so revered by millions of these Islamists, what do you call it? Wahhabis, maybe Wahhabists, or whatever they call them. Right? So Gumi met Ahmadu Bello in Mecca as early as probably 1957, 58. So he became spiritual advisor to the premier of Northern Region. He wasn't just spiritual advisor, he became a political advisor too. And in return, Bello showered him with a lot of money, gifts, enough for him to build himself a madrasas and all of that. And he became very famous. So when Bello got killed, he built on that relationship is kind of like conceived with Bello. And for those of you who remember Bello very well, right? I won't talk about him right now. So Ayatollah Gumi amassed enough followers, and his teachings is that one day Nigeria will become an Islamic state, Islamic Republic of Nigeria. So when you look at Gumi today, and indeed, there were other terrorists, local terrorists at the time that have their own, that drawn, or should I say they drew their inspiration from Ayatollah Gumi. Now you have Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, the son, who is everywhere, untouchable, right? Controversial all through and through. Is controversial left, right, and center, like his father. He was also in the military, by the way. Gumi was in the military, and he got honorably discharged. That's what his record said, right? His own son is now in the military, who is expected for maybe the coming generation, if this contraption still remains, right? The coming generation would have to deal with his own sons too. That would be unfair. Seriously, it would be unfair.